States, we always come on to that music.
Yeah. What do we come? I'm sorry. Hi. I'm gonna make you sit next to me. Why are you trying to get away from me?
I'm not. I'm trying to figure. Are you making me do the straddle thing? Because I can't.
No, you can't. Yeah.
I can try, but there's at least.
Yeah. Feels good, don't it?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Really getting the groins stretched.
Yeah. And if you have to fart, you don't have to make it awkward. You can just shift your hips a little bit. What? Hey guys. How's y'all's weekend? Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Same.
When did we meet? When did you and I meet?
Season 4.
Yeah.
Season 4 Supernatural, my first episode, which was Monster at the end of this book. Oh, this is a lizard. It's Lizzie. It's
Lizardo.
He's free. When you left the stage, you're like, oh, I'm gonna put him in a tree, where he belongs. And you left her like, what if he was like, he's a concrete lizard. Like his family was on that stair. He's separated from his whole world.
He was like eating food.
Yeah, he's having a great time. And then he's a giant.
He was hanging from my finger for a while. He kind of like
He'd be biting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
I was like, all right, buddy, like you do your thing.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I don't know about any of y'all, but when I was a kid, I would go outside and sit in the backyard and try and catch lizards. And my son Shep, not Tom, my son Shep was a big lizard fan. We got a call. Oh my God, I'm sorry. We'll get to it soon. 1 second. We got a call from Shep's school like 2 years ago. And we're like, oh shit, like, is he in trouble? And they go, hey, so something happened at lunch and we want you to hear from us. And we're like, okay, like, what? And they go, well, Shep had a lizard hanging from his chin, running around. He caught a lizard and it like bit his chin, and he's like, hey, I got a lizard, Lizardo. Yeah.
Was he in trouble for that?
No, I think they were concerned that he'd come home and be like, a lizard bit me. And so they were just preparing.
Trying to get ahead of it.
Trying to get ahead of it.
I was like, is that illegal these days? You can't put a lizard on your face anymore?
I know.
You and I met season 4, my first episode, which was Monster at the end of the book, and I remember very well. Thank you. I remember really well. I had an epic concert in Mammoth with my band, with Loud and Swain, and we played thank you, Loud and Swain, thank you. And we played 3 sets, so my voice was pretty shot. And I was worried I was going to come to set and not have a voice. And it worked for Chuck in that episode because I was like kind of a hermit. He knocked on my door and everything. But my memory of that day was that you and Jensen were talking, probably to Cliff, about MMA fighting. And you were being nice because I was the guest star, didn't know anybody. You're like, hey, you like MMA fighting? And I was like, yeah, what's going on? Are you kidding me? In my mind, it's like all these huge men. It's like, you like MMA? I'm like, totally.
Come at me, bro. Come at me. You want to wrestle? You want to go? No. I wouldn't mess with you.
It was funny. It was fun. My first episode was pretty epic. I worked a lot. I was up there for like 2.5 weeks, and because weekends fell in and everything. And you and I have a really good scene in that thing where you're like, I'm like, I know about the demon blood, and it felt very like parental, and I don't know, I felt like I had a connection with you all right away, but I had no idea it was coming back. It was like a one-off,
I agree. I think when you first came on, we didn't know that Cricky had this whole
Yeah.
fucking thing in his head. We're like, okay, Chuck is God, he's the writer is God,
Right.
and Chuck is me,
Right.
and Rob is God. And so I think there's no way we would have known that it would be 11 more years.
I know, yeah.
Not 11 more years.
So now, yeah.
17 more years.
Yeah, so that would have been what, 2008 maybe I met you? So we're going on 20 years knowing each other almost. Crazy, right? I knew you before you were married.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. What memory, and you know, and obviously traveling the world together, all the trips we've taken, you become close with people. Yeah.
Amazing. Anyways, sorry, we could talk all day long, but let's see.
Give it to you.
You choose. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I'm Brooke from Germany.
Hello.
You're Brooke from Germany.
From Germany, so
Okay.
yeah.
Dankeschön. Auf Wiedersehen.
Wait, there's
Willkommen.
Yeah.
Da. It's da. Isn't it da?
No, it's Russian.
That's Russian.
Yeah.
Shut.
Nine.
Shut.
Nine. I'll tell you.
Nine. How do you say nine in German?
Nine, the number?
Yeah, the number. Yeah.
Or nine.
Nine.
Instead of an I, it's a U.
So you say it with an Australian accent.
Nine. So if you say no nine, it's nine nine.
If you're playing blackjack in Germany, nine.
Nine. Okay.
Sorry.
This is my first convention ever.
Willkommen. Dankeschön.
Also my first trip to another country by myself.
I gotta do a calls about the swing.
My question is, when was the last time you did something for the first time and what was it?
That's a good question.
I got it. I just married two friends of mine.
You did?
Yes, dude. I'm ordained.
That's fucking awesome.
And so I got ordained online, the Universal Life Church. Yeah.
There's a
Thanks,
life.
fucking crazy person. But then I had to go with my paperwork and go to the city clerk in like Battery Park in Manhattan, which is by the Statue of Liberty. And I was like, hey, I want to make sure that it's all good. And the lady's like, it's all good. And I was like, cool. So I can marry people tomorrow, like legally? She goes, yes, but since you're here, if you wait in line, then you can have a lifetime registration.
Yeah, membership.
Yeah, so like membership, whatever. Yeah. So I married some people.
No.
And I feel like, yeah. This is basically, but my head, because it's messed up, went to like, I'm gonna walk around the streets of New York and be like, you're married. People are like, what? Shit.
Wow, you could like totally start a cult now.
I'm hoping to.
Yeah. Follow me.
That's my plan. That's my
Wow.
plan. Do you want to get married? In New York.
We can marry you to anybody.
Not here, but in New York. If you're there, I'll be like, oh, hey, my German friend, you're now married.
What's something new that I've done lately? Let's see. I had a third kid for the first time. That was pretty awesome. I had a baby in my 50s, and that was pretty crazy. Yeah, and I gotta tell you, it's a whole different thing.
I bet.
It's a whole different thing. Yeah, Ruth and I have to get married soon. We're engaged, but we're not married, so maybe we can have like, all right, it's done.
Dude, I'll meet you in New York. I'll fucking meet you.
It has to be in New York?
Yeah.
Oh, it only matters in that state.
For now, I mean, wherever
If you can get it done in Scotland, that would work for us.
Okay.
Just saying.
I can do a Scottish accent.
There you go.
Married?
A kid in your 50s.
Yeah, kid in my 50s. It was a big deal because like I've done it twice. I feel like I did a pretty good job, and so it's been awesome. It's like I know I don't stress about every little thing. You know what I mean? I don't freak out about every little thing. Like everything is a phase.
Yeah.
She's teething, it will end. She's not pooping in the body, she'll learn how. You know what I mean? Everything.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, so it's been pretty wild.
I remember, I don't know about you or y'all, I remember when my dad turned 40, and it was like the over the hill party, we called it in the States.
Yeah.
Black balloons and black cake. And now, you, having a kid in your 50s, you fucking seem to me like you're 30.
I know, it's weird. I don't feel what I am, but I am. Certainly we're not our father's 50, you know. I didn't know my father when he was 50, but I would assume, no, but you know, it's a different thing. And it keeps, I feel like it kind of keeps me young, you know what I mean? And she's an absolute joy. It just really brings a lot of joy to the house. Yeah, again, people are like, what? I can't believe you're doing it again. I'm like, what the fuck else am I going to do with my free time? I'm raising another life. So, yeah.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Petition.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yes.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hello.
Hi. First of all,
You're invisible. I see you.
I can rarely see you because this thing is, blinding me. Oh no, maybe it's your light.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank you, Jared, because yesterday I was so overwhelmed. And I was wearing this shirt with Yet Ambulan.
Yeah.
And you told me thank you for the t-shirt. And actually, I should thank you because that mattered at some point in my life. It really did. So thank you for the t-shirt.
Thank you.
Okay, and now the fun part. So you might remember that I was watching a lot of cons. That's my first one ever, by the way. And I was watching a lot of cons and clips and so on. And I remember one when somebody asked you and Jensen about the scenes where you got stuck because of many situations. And there was this famous scene
Got
where
stuck?
Stuck, yes, you
Stuck,
got stuck.
okay.
You couldn't just, you were repeating
Oh,
and
yes,
repeating
yes,
and
yes,
repeating.
yes.
And there was a famous shapeshifter thing. Remember that? Yes?
Yes,
The
yes,
shapeshifter, that was Jensen's problem. So I'm going to give you one.
Are you also German?
So now I'm going to say who I am. I'm from Poland.
Okay.
There are, yes, hello. And there are some of us here, and we want to check how deep your roots, Polish roots, go, and try to say the word shapeshifter in Polish. Which
Do you
is,
speak Polish?
no,
Dude,
doesn't, but we'll check his intuition, his deep roots,
Yeah.
Polish.
Yeah.
In Polish it's zmiennokształtny.
She's giving me the answer.
I fucking got it.
You may later ask Jensen to do it.
Okay. Wow. And I didn't think you were going to get it. I got it. Wow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to divide it. It's the change, word shifter or changing is zmienno.
Uh-huh.
No.
Kształt is shape.
Shit out on a shape. Shit out on a shape.
Yes. Zmienno.
See?
One
Got it.
time. Zmienno kształtny.
Viernish shit on a shit.
Last time and I leave you, okay?
Yes.
No. You know, I'm a teacher, so I don't give up that.
Okay.
She's like, I'm a teacher. You are my worst student ever.
Of
Yeah.
course. Zmienno.
Zjevenen.
No, you said a very bad word. Zmienno.
Sorry.
Zmienno.
Zmienno.
Okay. Kształtny. To jest Polish. Zmienno kształtny.
I got it.
Okay.
It's my forehead.
Oh, cool.
I'm fucking Polish.
You pass.
Hey, yay, we passed. We got it. You know, you're like trying to say it, and you're like, you're the motherfucker. In Polish. Okay, you said the bad word.
Hi.
Hi. So my question is for Jared.
Great. I'm right here. I found him.
Where is?
Right here. She's fucking smoking.
Okay, so we all know how important the Impala is today. So my question is, what kind of car would Sam drive if he were only child?
What kind of car would Sam drive if he was an only child? Yes. Mini Cooper, fuck you.
He was at home.
Mustang? It would probably be something eco-friendly. Probably. The fun thing about this is the irony is that I'm actually a big time muscle car fan. Like I have the Impala from Supernatural, I have the Mustang from Walker, and I have my first car that I ever owned, a 69 Camaro. So I'm a big fan of late 60s American muscle cars. Jared is. But Sam would probably, he'd probably do something like a hybrid.
Something nerdy.
Something nerdy. Yeah.
Do you have the first car you ever drove, like you kept it, or you rebought what you first
I
you kept the car?
I restored it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My first car was a Dodge Dart, which...
Of course it was.
Yeah. And it was a big ass car, and it was green, pea green. I wish I'd kept it, man. That would have been so fucking retro, ironic, and cool.
You're gonna find it.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
What do you think Sam would drive?
Toyota Corolla.
Oh, here we go. He's winding it up. Oh, he's winding it up. That's
Thank you. To the girl, okay?
Uh-oh. We got Jess.
Oh no, Robbie's falling.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Uh-oh.
Look out, it's happening.
Yeah, it works.
You probably would have enjoyed this because we're backstage and they're like, do you guys go on with music? Or no music? I'm like, no music. Music! You took the sunglasses off the face of a person. Right in front, like, we're not going to need music. Music! We want music! I'm going to need some sunglasses immediately. Oh, well, you said that in your heart because you just took the sunglasses. This is true. This is true. This is true.
That's the thing that I do.
This is true.
Oh, I don't think we're going to need music.
I know. I literally like... That gift will be making the rounds.
Yeah.
What happens when the Winchester brothers try to play Metallica with no instruments?
In their 40s.
They fall.
With a broken leg.
Broken leg.
Apple, I got you.
I know. I was like, oh, Jared's always got me. He's not gonna let me fall.
Here we go.
I don't got you, man.
I love the if they have a gift of that. Me and Richard, as you guys were following us, it's like.
I was just watching the inevitable. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's how that goes. All right.
Yeah.
You're going to the one leg. You guys are over here going like, I got 40 on it. What do you think?
Who breaks another bone?
Probably me.
Yeah, I know where my money is. Yeah. Okay.
Probably me.
How's it been going out here, fellas?
You don't mind if they join? Can they join?
I love the theatrics of that. What if they said no? Are they going to blow it up in your face, Jared? See you later. Get off the stage. Like, strike the music up. We're out.
They're doing a lot better.
Shut up, Jared. God.
All right.
All right, everybody. Here we are.
Here we are.
This has become a tradition. We close the weekend with the four of us on stage.
Yes.
Sure. All right.
So let's get a question.
Got a question.
We'll field the question.
You did that.
Speaking of the drink, that's what this means. The wheel said drink.
It has never ever. Well, wait. During
Jensen, why don't you give us 4 shots of apple juice?
Well, we've all learned a.
Barkeep, 4 shots of apple juice. Pronto.
We've all learned a lesson about apple juice. Why not? Why wouldn't it be?
This is the drinking music.
Because you work in a, I don't know, a ski lodge.
Let me tell you guys,
Who has the button that's playing the music?
can I tell you a quick story?
My sister has 4 of those who smile like eyes. Hey, 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 hey,
To JIB16, a great con as always.
That's not apple juice.
Hey, everybody! I feel like Ruth.
Well, earlier this con, Richard made Ruth drink that, and he told her it was apple juice, and she literally spit it out.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I actually thought it was apple juice. No one's ever done that before. He tried to pull off that they've never done that before.
Well, how else am I supposed to roofie Ruth on stage and pretend like I didn't know what was going on unless they act like I thought it was really apple juice?
Haven't they always?
By the way, I saw a clip recently. All right, and it was a clip of Johnny Carson interviewing Dean Martin.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and Dean Martin had a drink there, and Johnny Carson was kind of he was like I know you've got this shtick of where you like you drink and the whole thing. He's like, but I mean, come on, like let's be real, like it's apple juice. Was Dean Martin offended by this accusation? No, Dean Martin was unfazed. You're going to say is and he took a sip of his drink and he was like, okay. And then Johnny Carson takes his drink and goes, and I'm not kidding, I think this is where the whole scene in Three Amigos came from. It's light tequila. Because Johnny Carson goes, hey! And this was well before that movie. Oh, sure, of course, obviously. And I didn't realize that we were just pulling shtick from the Tonight Show.
The classics, but from the classics.
From the classics. Yeah. Yeah. You know, whatever you're going to steal, you steal from the best. And that's what we've been doing here.
Yeah.
But funny thing is, though, it is just apple juice.
It's just apple juice.
Yeah.
It's just apple juice. For really fucked up apples. Just apple.
It's apple juice. Now that.
All right, will we field any questions that...
Let's do it. Let's have a question over here.
Should this probably well, I think that was a little bit of an apple juice spill there. Or... No, sir. Nope. No, that's...
Oh, sorry, I pottied.
That's something...
I forgot to mention that I pottied a little bit.
Happy birthday! I got a question. Boobies! Has Ricky sat on this chair?
Whoa.
Let's not throw a black light on the chairs. Let's not find out. Let's just,
Just questions.
All right, Robbie.
Okay.
Yes, good luck.
Hi. Okay, first of all, I wanted to thank you all for still doing this. I've been watching videos of this for half my life, and being here is amazing. So my question has to do with, I started the show when I was 12, and it was just another show I was starting, and I had no idea that it was gonna be like the one safe place I had, the one like thing that kept me going through some really dark times. Not just the show itself, but everything that y'all like did outside. It taught me English, and English gave me community. And seeing like the drive that both you and the character themselves help to help people is part of why I'm going to nursing school in the fall.
That's awesome.
And I guess my kind of really cliche question is if there's something that happened maybe when you were younger, a choice you made that you thought was pretty inconsequential at the time, but then had a huge impact on your life.
From like an entertainment standpoint, like watching a movie or that kind of thing?
Sure, if there's something like that, but like anything.
Yeah. I'll narrow the field to movies and TV and stuff that was influential. One of the things that really...
Richard, you can sit on the chair. It's fine. It's fine.
You know I starched my pants. I can't miss a thing.
I got a tetanus shot in my backpack because that's how I roll.
That's weird.
I'll give it to you.
It's alcohol. Nobody would have cleaned
You know,
the seat.
you guys do know I stand a lot. Like that's I pace.
Well, it's making us nervous.
Well, you know what? Sit down!
Okay, Richard, you were saying?
I was saying that from a movie standpoint, an early movie that, I mean, I love movies anyway, but one that had a huge impact on me was The Jerk. I absolutely fell in love with like Steve Martin's kind of...
What about the bitch?
Another great film.
Good, yeah, another great film. It's great. Steve Martin at his goofiest, doing his first feature film. It's the cans!
Yeah.
He hits these cans! I was already a huge fan of his albums, but to see him doing his thing, it was awesome. So that had a huge impact on me on the kind of comedy I like and the kind of comedy movies I still like. I mean, you're watching Will Ferrell, you're watching Steve Martin, you're watching Martin Short. They're all come.
You're watching Richard Ray Jr.
You're watching Steve Martin. I mean, he was a big and if you watch Jack Lemmon, you're watching Steve Martin. Like you could go back and see like where people are picking it up. It's fascinating to watch the baton be passed forward in the comedy space.
Apple juice.
Apple juice, no, same thing. Kind of joke.
Apples. I would say there was a performance. I was a little older at this point, but I remember looking at it and going because it struck a chord, and it was River Phoenix's performance in the third installment of Indiana Jones, and I was like that. And then I went back and watched Stand By Me, and I started watching these, and I was like, oh. And then of course it was a flood, but there was something unique about the way that River Phoenix performed, because it was the most real I think I'd ever seen from somebody that young.
It's interesting to think about how famous he was in his youth, how massive he was. And we didn't know Joaquin, and then how huge Joaquin is having as the career he's had, after that all. It's crazy.
For me, I'm gonna go to books. When I was a junior in high school, I got in trouble for some stupid shit I did, and I was grounded, and I had to stay in my room. And I read The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I remember the feeling when, I don't want to ruin it, but towards the end, when you find out something has happened to the Great Gatsby, and it like hit me like a punch. And I was like, that's weird, I'm just reading words on a page. And then I thought, maybe someday I can be a part of something that tells a story that affects me and affects other people.
You did for 15 years.
Thank you. Thank you. That's super sweet.
Robert?
Yeah.
I just, when you talk about like a decision you made or something that influenced you that changed things, right?
Yeah, or like anything that you thought wasn't going to have that huge an impact and then it did. But what they did is fine. Yeah.
I had the
No, I mean, you don't
All I heard was.
For me, I had the opportunity. It was a play that I did, and the play kind of changed the course of my life and kind of influenced what I did thereafter. And I did a community theater play of Neil Simon's play.
Brighton Beach.
Brighton Beach Memoirs. Yeah, and Brighton Beach Memoirs it's so funny, and the lead character Eugene is talking to the audience the whole time, and like I love the fact that you break the fourth wall and you're just talking to the audience, and it just made, that's why I was like, I want to be an actor because of that, and it really just changed the course of my life, and the comedy in it just sticks with you. It's so funny, and it has really touching moments. The first time I cried, this is what I do. I was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. Like I was really feeling it on stage in this one scene, and I really cried, real tears. I was like, oh, this is something else that's moving me, And so I got to do this with my life, and that's what did it.
Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having my stroky brain, for knowing me so well.
I know
what I was talking about.
Well, I said that, and Jerry and Jensen both looked at me like, huh? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know his resume. I've done my homework. Okay, over here.
Real quick, do you remember? Now I'm like playing it in my head because I'm like, Great Gatsby. I'm like, oh fuck yes, that was so like. I've seen the Broadway musical, which is amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, and the movie and the book, and now I'm listening, so I'm replaying. I'm like, was mine a bad answer? Yes. But then I remember this moment that River Phoenix had when he comes out of the cave and he goes, everybody's lost but me. And I was like, comedy can happen with action.
Yeah.
comedy can blend, because I mean, you said The Jerk, and I was like, absolutely. Like, I know that movie, you know, from tip to stern.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, the comedy with the action. Yes, please.
Yeah.
I'll have all of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a internal dialogue.
Good ad.
I felt like Cherry. Okay. Hi. Hi.
Hi everyone, I'm Camille. I came from Portugal, but I'm Brazilian.
Feliz Pascua.
Happy Easter.
That's all I can say in Portuguese.
Yeah, that's
Did
all.
you just order a taco?
No. He's saying Happy Easter.
You said Happy Easter.
Okay, well, Easter was a while ago. But
Well, Feliz Natal to you then.
Feliz Navidad. Okay.
All right.
Feliz Navidad to you too.
Thank you.
We were there in December, he and I were in Brazil, Richard, and he kept saying Feliz Pascua to everyone. It's December, he's like, Happy Easter!
Yeah, you know what? And at first they were like, what? And by the end, Happy Birthday!
Happy Easter!
I said Happy Easter to people, and at first they were like, what? And by the end of the weekend, it was a battle cry. It brought them to their feet. So, you're welcome.
But that's what you say when you poop.
Right.
So,
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for being part of my childhood and teenage years through Supernatural, and for keeping all this family together for so long after the show has ended so many years ago. This connection is very important to us. And my question is, what was the most challenging or embarrassing scene that you ever had to perform, and why?
in Supernatural? In the show?
Yeah, we'll go with Supernatural.
Have any other? Say it.
Your whole career?
We'll stick with
Let's stick with Supernatural.
We'll go with Supernatural.
I'll start. So one of the most challenging but rewarding scenes that I ever did, unfortunately, was the barn scene with Jensen. I had 7 months. So we were going to film season 15 and finish like March 28th or something of 2020. And then COVID happened and we go home March 13th. And so we have to go back to Vancouver, who knows when later, to finish it. But we had like 6 months to kind of like deal with what's going on and what's gonna happen. So it was very challenging, but even doing it was hard. And when I cry, my eyes just go zzz, yeah, like full cry eyes. But that was very rewarding. Probably the most difficult sequence I ever shot in Supernatural was in changing channels when they put me in ski boots and had Nutcracker! Terrifying. And so they put my stuntman, my carpenter, there, and he's like, see, so it goes, but it stops here. And so it's like on a hydraulic pump or something, and it goes and it stops right there. And so they put me in ski boots and I'm lashed in, and I'm supposed to look at Dean and go like, I don't know the answer to this, but I was like this. I was so terrified. So they're like, hey, can you put your hips forward a little bit? Like, it's not gonna mess up. And I'm like, how do you know? And so trying to situate myself, I was so nervous that this fucking thing was gonna go bam and like hit me. That sucked. It didn't hit me. It all worked out. But that was one of the most difficult that I dealt with during Supernatural, for sure.
Let's see what.
But it's fun.
Jensen.
Yikes.
Jensen Ackles.
Seriously.
Me? Yeah. You were on
No, the other Jensen.
You were on the show, right?
I mean, I think I was. What was the question?
Hardest scene to shoot.
One of the more difficult.
Hardest thing to shoot.
In
Okay.
Supernatural.
All right. So there was a stunt that we had. I think I've talked about this. There was a stunt that we had to do where Jared and I jump out of this stained glass window of a church, and we did that practically, which means that we legitimately jumped through the stained glass and out 2 stories. They had built the church on stage, so it was in a controlled environment, and they had laid a whole bunch of pads down on the floor. But we couldn't see the pads,
Right.
because it was stained glass. So we were running through a window it was candy glass, so it breaks easy. And the set was built up an entire story, so that we had the distance to fall. And he and I were like, I hope those pads are there. Like, we had to trust, just like he had to trust that thing wasn't actually going to break the governor.
We also, at this point in time, we were a set of, like, pulling pranks on each other. So he and I were looking at each other like, what if they're pranking us? And we're like,
like Kim Manners had just dumped 2 buckets of ice cold water on us, like, whatever it was. And so it was like, the crew was into pranking us as well. And we're like, what if there's something else outside this window that we can't see? And we knew it was how big? Maybe a 20-foot fall?
Pretty big fall, man. It was a big fall.
That's not nothing.
It's not nothing. And we jumped, we ran and we jumped and boom. And I just went like this. I covered my head and face because I didn't know what was gonna happen. And we hit the pads. Everything was fine. They were like, Jensen, you covered your face. I was like, yeah! They're like, we gotta go again. Which means they have to take the entire window out, and they have to put an entire new window in. They have to clear all the glass. They have to put a new pads. It was an hour reset. I was so mad. And so the next take, I think I just came out like this.
What do you think I would say was your worst scene, the filming of it? I have an answer.
Into season 3 going to hell?
No.
That was awful.
No, you were amazing. Not how
physically or mentally?
No. Like, what scene did you fuck up quite a bit of?
This just took a turn.
And I had to kind of like be patient and come on. What would I say? What was the worst
Shapeshifter.
No, close.
No, it was the I can't even say it. I won't say it. But it was me talking about how somebody did something to me.
The mask
It was the Zorro mask line.
No. Close. That's probably number 2. And what's number 1?
Now we're into ranking Jensen fuck-ups.
By the way, please don't post any of this. Please. Do me a favor. I'm still trying to work in this industry. This guy messes up a lot. That's it royally.
No.
What?
Really?
What?
Really?
You're gonna say it, I'm gonna be really mad that I don't know it.
The only time I've seen you on set
Struggle hard.
in 15 years keep messing up was Sam Winchester keeps the rule by the bed.
What is this? What?
It's called Mystery Spot, and there's a thing where we're saying the same dialogue. It's like Sam Winchester, blah, 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 blah. And then he kept adding like an and I was like, it's not, there's no and in the script. Like we have to say it at the same time. And it was, I think the last day before the writer's strike in 2008. And so we were episode 12.
I single-handedly put the writers on strike.
You added one too many words.
Because I started adding words.
Basically, it's like Sam Winchester goes blah. Sam Winchester goes blah. Sam Winchester keeps a rule by the bed every morning when he wakes up. He blah 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 blah. But you can add in an and or something, and I was like, that's not in the script, dude.
Yeah, because I take the script and I make it my own.
Make it your own, yeah.
That was the only time I saw you like flustered.
Jared and I are supposed to go, so let's finish the. Richard, you do yours, and I'll do mine. Horace,
Okay.
We're not supposed to go. We're supposed to leave them alone now.
Stay,
Can we stay here?
Final name, stay.
We don't have anything to do. They just want to go. Can we stay? We're asking the higher ups.
Well, Rob, go ahead and tell your story now.
Okay, I would say, we good? We're good to stay, guys. We got the Jared. The scene that comes to mind is there's a scene in season 11 where I'm God and Amara's are the enemy, and I hadn't been playing God like that for too long, and there's a scene where I'm up on this big box above all of you all, and it's Jared, Jensen, Mark Shepard, and Ruth and Misha, like all the heavy hitters of the show, looking up to me as God, and I've got to be like, and you're this, and you're like that, and you're me, God, you know. And look, I can act. I'm comfortable with the performance, but you guys, like, it's hard. It's at this point we know each other really well. We've been traveling the world together. So as soon as the camera turned on me, I knew I was going to get fucked up off camera shit. At one point, Jared had his hand in Misha's pants, and his finger on his zipper. I mean, everything they can to make me feel ungodly. And I was like, fuck, this is so hard. And I had to like maintain. No, I know more than you guys.
You tell a funny story about doing a scene with Jared where you keep getting yelled at by the director because his foot's on your sack. So it's like tap, tap, tap on your nards.
Yeah, he's tapping on my nards like, shut up, he's going, Rob, can we please?
Yeah, sorry. Wait. Rob, what about when at the end when the Winchester brothers finally best God and the Impala pulls away?
That was fucking hard. That was really hard. Yeah, because it was like the end of the journey for me, and it was. There's something about it that felt very real, and I was like, please take me with you, and I played that in the thing, and I think you could tell, like, I'm really fighting it, and literally the dirt is in my face as the wheels spin away, and it was the ultimate FOMO.
Well, there was also a bit of like, when you were down in like laying on the, and then we hop in the car, and we're like, and I gave it a little extra gas. Yeah. And I was like,
it's also the Impala is rear wheel drive. It's not four-wheel drive.
So it kicks a lot of dust
So
up.
it kicks a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I think I got in and I was like, I'm gonna pepper Rob right now. Watch this. It just kicks so much dust. And he, at one point we drove up, and he was just like,
It was good for the acting, because I was like, guys, no, please.
Guys, stop, dude! Guys!
That sequence, and I don't think we've ever talked about this. That sequence we shot like halfway between Vancouver and Whistler. This beautiful, we did like Jake Abel. It was the Pat Braveheart.
Yeah.
What's it called? Braveheart. So we were having fun. It was like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And you're an hour outside of where we were staying. So we were having a great time. It was also near the end of the show, and so everything we did, he was fucking amazing, obviously. But it was days of us trying to, like, you know, have fun with each other. Like, you can't go back to your trailer, it's a 15-minute drive, and so you're just fucking around and like, let's do a funny video with a log. And then when Chuck throws Sam and Dean, they had dug out a trench and put like a 10-foot by 10-foot stunt pad in the ground, then covered it with sand, so that when Dean and Sam get thrown, we're landing on sand, but we're landing on sand that has a stunt pad underneath it that's like 8-10 inches thick. And so it was just a lot of fun. We had dirt all over the place and sand all over the place.
And we were quarantining, so we were like
quarantining.
Yeah,
I remember that fondly, but no doubt it was difficult.
I have such a fond memory of that, because it really was the end of it, you know, and we were all, And I remember also, like, in that scene where I'm beating you guys up, I remember just thinking, like, you guys have been, for 15 years, have been taking punches. You were so good at it. We learned that fight, like in The Boys, I learned my fights. It took 2 weeks to learn all those fights. In Supernatural, about 15 minutes. You're going to do this and this, and you're going to right hook, then you're going to do this. And you guys were so good. It looked so, like, I really am hitting you. Like, you're so good at that. And I'm thinking about it. Wow, this feels really fun.
Amazing. Spade, I want to hear you.
Yeah, what's the hardest scene to be a part of was directing 1518, the scene when you say goodbye to Castiel. That was a tough one to be in the sidelines for. Not tough because of the work. I didn't do the work, they did the work. But I was there to be sure they could do the work in a way that told the story correctly and just sit back and watch. And dude, that was a doozy. That was Misha's last scene of the show, ever. And the culmination of years of character development, various writers, various seasons between Dean and Castiel, and that moment that's happening was super impactful for the show. And I know that people loved it, to watch it, but no one had the seat I had. And it was remarkable to watch that live. It was beautiful, beautiful acting by both of them, every single take. And
the only thing, don't discount your co-author of that, dude. Yeah,
It's a responsibility.
Misha was amazing, but they couldn't have done what they did if you weren't at the helm.
If it hadn't been set up in the way that it was set up, and
I will say, and I'm dead serious, going to Jensen, like, of course, obviously, we want confirmation that it's all going great. We would do a shot, and there'd be that kind of very tense set, everybody's very emotional, and they'd look at me and they're like, are we, you know, and I'd be like, we're good. I mean, I was an emotional mess for that whole thing. It was brutal. And that was also, we didn't know if we were going to get that scene done. COVID was looming. Shows around us were cutting. We were the last show standing. Cutting right, cutting left, everybody's going away. And we were still up in Vancouver, still shooting. And then just to button that, incredibly emotional night. And I can't imagine what it was like for Misha, because that was his end of the show. We all get on an airplane and the engine blows up in the middle of the air. So we all that was that night. We all get on an airplane, take off, and one of the engine blows over the ocean. And we're like, well, I guess this is Misha's last scene. Remember that?
They were going to Vegas?
Yeah, we picked up
like an emergency landing or something.
Yeah, Al Cal hopped in the plane and we all went. It was insane. It was, but that was a remarkable episode to be a part of. One of my great joys is that I got to direct the last pre-COVID episode of Supernatural, and that scene was something that I will take with me forever.
Have I ever told you that, so Maisie,
Yeah, sure.
who was one of our props, who was also a big fan, joined the show as a big fan, but she became one of our on-set props. I gave her my phone while we were filming that scene, and I was like, hey, just record some back, like, behind the camera stuff for Misha, and maybe I'll give it to him at some point. And she was recording the scene of him saying goodbye, and the camera is shaking, and you can hear her crying. And I was like, well, none of this is usable.
Now we have to do it again.
Now we have to go again. I'll have to show you those videos at some point.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
You will. I want to see those.
Yeah.
That was intense.
What?
Release the tape!
Release the tapes!
Release the FC files!
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. That was.
And by the way,
You were gonna get 2 more questions.
but sincerely, I mean this. I think that's me for all of us.
We're not gonna get any more questions.
I want to tell you something. That's it? Well, let me ask you a question.
Don't you cry, no.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Hold on, Jensen. It occurs to me that you need to work this after 16 years. You've got to work this into your vernacular for the Rome conventions.
Cosa fire. Cosa fire.
You gotta just get it. What are we doing in Italian?
Cosa fire. Cosa fire. Cosa fire. All right, I'm gonna work on that. I got that. Next year. Or is there gonna be next year? I don't know. We're 16 years in. Is this it? No. We're done? Are we done? We're done? Have we peaked? No. They're like, yeah, you did that like 5 years ago. To be clear.
In the old days, it used to be, Daniela, are we doing this again? And now it's like, they're like, Daniela, we're doing this again!
Brave. Very brave.
Daniela,
Yes.
are we gonna do this again?
Next year in April.
Maybe.
Are we doing it again, Daniela? The people need to know.
Yes.
Yeah! Nicely done.
What are you trying to make it to 20? What are we doing?
30. 30.
62, give me a break. That's it, I thought you were like 80.
I'm gonna go back.
You know that it's
Hey,
up
Mark,
to you guys.
we'll build ramps. We're fine.
By the end of the day, it's always up to you guys, because as long as you want to come, we're family. So
Well, listen. It's as long as you guys want to come. You guys give us a reason to be here. It is not a reason that is taken lightly. We understand what it takes for you guys to get here. I know a lot of people travel many hours and spend a lot of money and make this happen. And it is a joy for us to come here and make it happen with you. So thank you for being here with us, and thank you for being here.
thank you to all of you as well for making this special for them, because you did. You always do. Every year, you make it special for all of them. So thank you.
And thank you to everybody who helped this convention go.
Without them, this wouldn't happen. Thank you to all my friends and all the great people that work for this.
I think one of the themes of Supernatural, as far as I'm concerned, was about how some things are eternal how some things never die. You know, like family is thicker than blood. Yeah, family doesn't mean blood. But what I want to say from the bottom of my heart is it feels wild to be here 6 years after they called That's a Wrap on Supernatural, and that this is still going. And it teaches me, we've all had a bunch of shit happen in the last 6 years. And here we fucking are. And here we are. And here we are.
When I realized that we're doing the 16 years deep, we're here doing this convention, 16 years in a row. That's not counting the show. That's not counting shooting the show. It's like starting in Rome, 16 years. And I realized at some point over the weekend that when we began the 16-year journey that we find ourselves on now, our very first appearance here in Rome, my handler Victoria was 4. So it's been a real journey for me, a roller coaster deal.
Yeah, because by now we have daughters or friends.
I know. If we do this long enough, Margaret will be a handler. There we go. Thank you very much.